In the project deployment model, you can run the packages in T-SQL and in Windows PowerShell. In order to do this, you should have turned on CLR when you created the SSIS catalog. One challenge to running the packages in T-SQL is that you don't receive any output on whether or not the execution of the package was successful. But you can overcome this issue by using the runtime dashboard to diagnose the package failures and to see execution statistics about your packages. The ability to run packages in T-SQL is a game changer for those who are using SSIS. In the past, when you opened Management Studio from your desktop and executed the package, it would run on your desktop but not the server. This meant that all the files had to be placed on whatever machine was running the package. When you run packages in SSIS 2014, the server does the actual execution because you can use T-SQL to run the package. Executing a package in T-SQL enables you to integrate SSIS into your stored procedures or program in a much easier way than what you could do before. When you run the set of stored procedures that execute the package, it runs the package as an asynchronous process and does not wait for a success or failure response. Now let's see how to run a package using T-SQL. Let's go to Management Studio and let's click on New Query. Let's go to SSIS database and paste the query that I've already created. Executing a package using T-SQL involves creating an execution thread using the catalog.createExecution stored procedure. Then you can set any parameters using the catalog.setExecutionParameterValue stored procedure. And finally, you can execute the package with the catalog.startExecution stored procedure. The catalog create execution stored procedures job is to load the package and prepare it for execution. When you run the stored procedure, it returns a variable called execution ID. And this execution ID will be used in other stored procedures. The parameters for the create execution stored procedure are self-explanatory. The package name is the package that you want to execute. Execution ID is the output variable, which is the execution ID of that package. The folder name is the one where that package is stored, and the project name is the name of the project that the package is in. Let's open Data Warehouse, Projects, Containers, and containers.dtsx. Like I said, the project name is called Containers, the folder is Data Warehouse, and the package itself is containers.dtsx. Let's execute this, and it returns the execution ID. And you will need this execution ID later on when you want to debug if anything has gone wrong in the package. And as you can see, it did not return if the package has run successfully or not. Now let's see how to debug when something goes wrong. When something goes wrong with a package execution in Management Studio or T-SQL, you won't know unless you have logging turned on or you go into the execution reports. You can access the execution reports by right-clicking the SSIS catalog, Reports, Standard Reports, and Integration Services dashboard. This dashboard gives you high-level details of the package's success. If you had any failures in the past 24 hours, they appear at a high level in the connection information area at the bottom of the report. And if you scroll down, it will also show you the packages that have failed and succeeded in the past 24 hours. After looking at the latest run report, you can view an overview of a given execution by clicking the Overview link. This overview report gives you the details of what happened in the package's execution. You can go back and look at all the messages that are displayed during the execution of the package by clicking on All Messages. Let's go back. And lastly, you can look at the execution performance of the package by clicking on the Execution Performance link. And that is how you can run packages in T-SQL and how you can debug the packages. Now let's see how to schedule packages. Now that you have learned how to run packages manually, scheduling packages is easy. You can schedule them as a job to run automatically through SQL Server Agent or alternatively through a third-party scheduler. SQL Server Agent runs the jobs under its own Windows account, which can pose some security issues when it comes to accessing the components in your package. For example, let's say you have a package that uses Windows authentication to access a database. When the package is run through SQL Server Agent, this agent will pass its own credentials to the database, but these credentials may not be adequate to access the connection. To fix those issues, you can also run packages under a separate Windows account called a proxy account. By using a proxy account, you can assign a job to use an account other than the SQL Server Agent account. Creating a proxy account is a two-step process. First, you must create a credential that will allow a user to use an Active Directory account that is not his own. And second, you specify how that account can be used. Now let's see how to schedule a package and how to use a proxy account. Let's first disconnect the integration services. Let's close out of this. And let's turn on the SQL Server Agent. Now that the agent is turned on, let's expand the jobs and create a new job. Let's name this as Test Job, and in the steps, let's add a new step to execute a package. Let's select the type to SQL Server Integration Services package. A step is the smallest unit of work in a job, and it can have a number of different types. For SSIS, the type of job is SQL Server Integration Services package. So that is why we've selected that in Run As. And let's select the server to be SQ Operations and browse to the package that you want to schedule. You can change the configurations by going into the Configuration tab here. Let's click on OK. And let's select the Schedules page. Let's add a new schedule so that this package will run on a daily basis. Let's click on New. Let's name it Daily Schedules. Let's select the weekdays that you want this package to run. Or you can simply say daily and it will run every day. Then you can select the time that you want it to run and click on OK. Let's click on OK. And as you can see, the job appears here. Let's refresh the jobs. Right click. And let's start the job manually. And it says that it has successfully finished. Let's click on Close. And if in case this job has failed, you can right click on this job, click on View History, and this will show you why the job has failed if it did fail. Let's click on Close. And let's recap what we have learned so far in this module. We have learned how to secure SSIS packages, how to run an SSIS package, and how to schedule these SSIS packages.